And The Flash, issue 779, is written by Jeremy Adams, with art by Fernando Pizarro, Matt Ryan, and Brem Peebles, colors by Jeremiah Skipper, Jeremy Cox, and Peter Pentanzis, and letters by Rob Lee. And this issue begins with Irie, Jay, and Maxine in the cabin after fighting off the Calculator, Shimmer, and Mammoth, as Maxine is calling the police while Jay tells Irie that their dad is in trouble. Irie then uses her power to transport all three of them to Gemworld, where they do battle with the Justice League Dark and save their dad. It's also revealed that Maxine Baker is in fact the daughter of Animal Man. After this sequence, a defeated Dark Opal now promises to help the Flash, and they construct a plan which involves everyone but Wally charging into battle against those under Eclipso's mind control. With Eclipso's influence spreading, Wally rushes in, getting a quick surge of energy, and stabs the glaive into Eclipso, trapping him in the glaive once more. With the crisis averted, the Spectre comes down and congratulates Wally, even saying the big guy upstairs is pleased with him. So much so that he's the one that gave Wally immunity against Eclipso, as well as the supercharge of energy. Wally then asks the Spectre if anything can be done about Jay, in which he reminds Wally that he's got a little bit of that supercharge left. With the Spectre gone, Wally heads back to his kids and gives Jay that extra energy, which fully connects him to the Speed Force, making his powers permanent, even getting a new code name, Surge. Dr. Fate then promises to send them back home when we cut to Linda in bed, who is having writer's block when she gets up to check on her kids, who she finds are gone. Linda frantically runs about when she discovers that she now too has super speed. And while it was a fun story, it did leave me with a few questions, particularly the Big G's plan. Like, if he gave immunity to Wally, why didn't he give immunity to, I don't know, the Justice League Dark? Because it would seem to me at least that if that were the case, that Wally could have wrapped up this whole thing going on with Eclipso a lot sooner. And it would also be a lot less risky, because if Wally had failed to beat the Justice League Dark in the previous issue, yeah, this could have gone over very bad. And even when Spectre says, yeah, this was all part of his plan and stuff, I do have to wonder, like, how much of this entire thing that happened was part of the plan. I mean, given the fact that he essentially affected the direct outcome of the story, it would seem, by, giving Wally that little bit of supercharge as he was running towards Eclipso and stuff. Like, was Eclipso's escape and subsequent takeover of Starbreaker's body also part of his plan? Like, again, what if Wally had failed? Would Spectre then have come down and mopped it all up? I mean, that's the general issue when dealing with omnipotent beings and stuff. It's really hard to tell where their dictation of the situation begins and ends. And while we're on that final battle, I gotta say, I was kind of disappointed with it. I mean, you have Eclipso, he's this big, bad villain. He took over Starbreaker. He started taking over the minds of, like, other people throughout the universe. I mean, he had the Justice League Dark within his grasp, and Wally just kind of sped down, stabbed him once, and absorbed him back into the glaive. That was it. That was the end of the fight. It was very, what's the word I'm looking for? Anticlimactic, and I think I could have done with maybe a bigger fight in the issue. Maybe Wally is holding his own against, Eclipso and Starbreaker's body, but then, Eclipso gets Wally on the ropes and the Spectre has to come down, and then there's beams flying everywhere and Wally's shooting lightning or something. For a final battle, it just kind of lacked that punch. Though I will say, I'm glad that Jay has his powers back. Since the events of the previous issue, it was one of my hopes that I said within that video that they do find a way to have Jay's power stick around on a more permanent basis, and that's what did indeed happen. Because I always thought it kind of sucked that Irie had to take away Jay's powers in the first place. I get it, he was dying, but he was a character that I liked. I liked that his take on the Speed Force was used for strength, which again also makes me think, how would the Strength Force affect the guy? But again, I just really like the fact that he got to keep his powers at the end of the issue. It really did seem like some kind of cosmic reward for his bravery. Because despite the fact that he was in pain and, the Speed Force was hurting him and stuff, he still sucked it up, barreled through, and he did what he had to do. And also his new code name, Surge. I don't know if I actually like that name just yet, because it kind of makes me think of the Soda Pop Surge or Lieutenant Surge from Pokemon. I mean, I guess it's better than something like Hammer Fist or Hyper Strike, or actually Hyper Strike does sound pretty good. Trademarked and copyrighted. You can't have it, DC. It's mine. But at the end of that one, it might grow on me with time. And during that same sequence, Irie even tagged, hey, maybe am I gonna get a new code name too? Because, I mean, as of now, she hasn't really been renamed, so as far as I'm concerned, she's still Impulse. But over the course of time, as she comes into her own as a hero, I guess it would make sense that at some point she would get her own code name too. And of course, there's the added plot point / cliffhanger of Linda Park now being revealed to have super speed, which I guess would be correlated potentially with, you know, Wally using that surge of Speed Force energy that he got from, you know, the big man upstairs to, you know, give Jay full connection to the Speed Force and have his powers back on a permanent basis, and maybe because they're all family and they're connected, you know, I mean, mother-son, for example, that, you know, little transference going on maybe. And if that also becomes a bit of a permanent thing, which I can't say or not if it will, I wonder if she'll adopt the Lightspeed moniker from her Earth 32 counterpart that we saw in Flash Forward issue number 4. As far as the arc goes, you know, it's pretty much the same as it's been for the last several issues. It's, you know, one of those things where I'm not totally in love with it at times, while at other times when you have those, you know, moments where you pull back and you get those more full-scale battle pictures, I think those look really great, and I love the colors in these books. And overall, it's a book that's still consistent with, you know, the previous issues, especially when it comes to this story, and I did find it enjoyable. Albeit it did lack the punch in the final battle between Wally and Eclipso, but the cliffhanger does keep things interesting. And with that, I'm going to score The Flash issue 779 a 7 out of 10. So The Flash issue 779. What did you think about this book if you've read it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you liked this video, I'd love it if you'd smash that like button, share it with some friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and ring that notification bell for more comic book content. And if you're wondering what to watch next, consider one of these 2 videos. Alright, take care, have a great day, and as always, stay geeky.